This is Let's Listen, where stories, voices, and meanings come together. Here, we talk about literature, life, and the lessons that shape who we are. Let's Listen, a space to think, feel, and grow. Today, we're talking about William Shakespeare's Macbeth. It's a story about ambition, guilt, power, and the choices that destroy or define us. Let's explore the themes that make this tragedy so unforgettable. You know, Meera, Macbeth has always felt to me like a warning about how ambition can take over the human heart.
True, Asha. The first theme that stands out is the corrupting power of unchecked ambition. Macbeth is brave and loyal at first, but once he hears the witch's prophecies, something changes.
Yes, he starts wanting more, power, crown, control. And when ambition is not guided by conscience, it becomes dangerous.
Exactly. Lady Macbeth pushes him too. She questions his courage, his manhood, and drives him toward murder.
And then, when the crime is done, both of them are destroyed by guilt and fear. Macbeth becomes restless and violent. Lady Macbeth loses her peace and her mind.
It's painful to see how ambition promises greatness but ends in ruin. Shakespeare shows us that when ambition crosses the line of morality, destruction follows.
That brings us to another theme, the relationship between cruelty and masculinity.
Yes, Lady Macbeth believes that being strong means being cruel. She even wishes to be unsexed, so she can stop feeling like a woman and act without pity.
And Macbeth does the same. Whenever he feels uncertain, he questions his own manhood. He thinks violence will make him stronger.
But the play later shows that true manhood is not just about power or anger. Remember how Macduff reacts when he hears that his family is killed?
Yes, Malcolm tells him to take it like a man, but Macduff replies, "I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man." That one line changes everything. It shows that real strength includes feeling, compassion, and love.
That's a beautiful moment. Shakespeare gives us a better meaning of masculinity, strength with sensitivity.
And it also connects to another important theme, the difference between kingship and tyranny.
Right. Duncan is a true king, kind, fair, and full of grace. Macbeth becomes a tyrant, selfish, fearful, and cruel.
The play shows that a real king serves his people, while a tyrant uses people for power. When Duncan rewards Macbeth for bravery, we see justice. When Macbeth kills for power, we see chaos.
Even nature reflects that chaos. Storms, darkness, and strange happenings. It's as if the whole world reacts to Macbeth's corruption.
Yes, Shakespeare always connects the moral world and the natural world. When order is broken in one, it's broken in the other too.
And even though Macbeth gets the crown, he never gets peace. That's the next theme, the relentlessness of guilt.
Exactly. His mind keeps haunting him. He sees Duncan's blood on his hands, Banquo's ghost at the table, and the witch's voices in his head.
Lady Macbeth also suffers. Remember her sleepwalking scene? She keeps rubbing her hands, crying that all the perfumes of Arabia cannot sweeten them.
That line is unforgettable. It shows how guilt becomes a stain no water can wash away. Even success loses meaning when your soul is restless.
And what's so human about this play is that both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth know they've done wrong. They aren't completely evil, just trapped in their own choices.
Yes, and that's why we still fall for them.
Another beautiful but tragic theme is the role of children in the struggle for power.
True. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth have no heirs, and that becomes part of their emptiness. They kill to secure a throne that cannot continue after them.
Meanwhile, Banquo's son, Fleance, escapes, keeping the prophecy alive. And when Macbeth kills Macduff's wife and children, it shows how blind power can become, destroying innocence for fear of loss.
Ironically, that very cruelty gives Macduff the fire to rise against him. The death of children becomes the reason for justice to return.
That's such a powerful circle. Destruction giving birth to redemption.
Yes, and through all these themes, ambition, guilt, power, and morality, Shakespeare seems to whisper one truth: power without goodness will always collapse.
So true, Asha. At the end, order is restored with Malcolm's rule, but the cost is too high. The story remains a lesson on the danger of losing one's soul to desire.
And perhaps that's why Macbeth still speaks to us today. It's not just about kings and witches, it's about human weakness and the hunger for more.
Yes, every time I read it, I feel it's asking me, what are you willing to lose to win?
That's the question we must all answer.
You've been listening to Let's Listen, where every story becomes a conversation of the soul. If today's talk made you think, take a quiet moment to look within and ask, what does power mean to you? Because as Shakespeare shows us, the crown may glitter, but conscience is the true gold. See you again, only on Let's Listen. Voice to thought, thought to soul.